My name's Melanie Price. I'm a Blue Status presenter with Younique from Austin, Texas, and I am talking about parties. So, parties are super important to our business, any direct sales business, in my opinion. And so I hope this is helpful for anyone that's been having a hard time, or if you don't feel like they're important, I hope it changes your mind. But a little bit about me, just according to parties anyways. I started Younique in June 2016, and I was only posting in my VIP group. I wasn't, really messaging or, doing the things. And I was doing it for about 3 months. My fast start was about to end, and that's when I kind of started getting excited about it. So I started asking my friends and family to host some parties for me, because someone told me they were important. And I realized, hey, this is a really good way to get new customers and that aren't just in my VIP group. That's what a concept. So at that point on, I knew parties were super important, and I've gone on and off, just life changes and social media changes. And at one point it was really hard for me to even get parties. But I feel like I've found a great way to get parties now. So, hopefully these things are helpful for y'all. But again, parties are super important. They are the key to everything. They are the key to building your network, getting sales, and building your team. So the start and finish of our business, all the things, comes from parties. First, building your network. So it's super good for building your network, because whenever your friend or whoever is hosting the party, you now have their entire network to choose from. My dogs are playing behind me, so excuse them. But you have now a whole new network that you can dip into. People that you never have talked to before or seen before or anything. So I always add everyone that's from my party, and which is also really important, because they automatically will now associate you with Younique or whatever direct sales company you're with. And so you don't have to build that relationship with them. They just off the bat already know what you do, and they'll already learn about the products within this short amount of time of however long your party is. Of course, they're really good for sales. So we can't always rely on our warm market, our friends and family. Your business is not going to survive if you aren't constantly getting new customers. So for example, my liquid foundation lasts me about 6 months. If I was not a presenter and I was only going to my friend for a liquid foundation every 6 months, there's no way that she would be able to stay in business, or it would just be a waste of her time to sit around and wait for me to for her to get sales every 6 months. So you should always be getting new customers. And parties are a great way to do that. Building your team, that's another very important aspect of parties. So I always offer the opportunity to my hostesses. I do it first, right before I know someone's about to order from the party. I'll go to her, I'll ask her, hey, so-and-so's about to order. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? We can totally get you signed up, and she can just order directly from you. So that way you get the commission. I don't even want it. And then we can turn this into a launch party. Then I'll go at the very end of the party, and I'll talk to her again about the opportunity. I'll say something like, your friends and family really feel like supportive of you and what you're doing. Have you ever thought about this? Because I really think that you'd be great at it. So building your network, sales, and growing your team, all very important aspects of this business, and why parties are so important, because they do all of those things. Now we're going to talk about how to book parties. So we already know why they're important, but how do you actually do it? How do you get a party going? Messenger is the only way, in my opinion. Yes, we can post on Facebook and in our VIP group saying, hey, who wants free makeup, or, who wants to host a party? That hardly ever works. I'm going to be honest. From my post anyways. Facebook is constantly changing. Our algorithm is constantly changing. And do you know how many people are actually seeing your post compared to how many friends that you have? Then it depends on what time of day you're posting it. So it's all these factors that you're really limiting yourself by only relying on your posts. So I get in Messenger, and I will, every now and then I'll just randomly message people and just say something like, hey, I've got this new party template that I've been meaning to try out. Would you be willing to be my guinea pig? I really like that one because it takes the stress off of them. It's more like they're helping you out and not because they want to do it. And it takes the stress off of actually getting sales, because then if it doesn't get sales, it's your fault. It's not their fault. Or that's how they feel anyways. So I really like that one. I also go back through all of my makeup posts every 2 or 3 days probably. And anyone that has liked or commented on that post, I'll go back through and I'll message them saying something like, hey, thank you so much for liking or commenting on my makeup post. I really appreciate your support. We can totally do a makeup beauty bash for you to help you earn that product for free. Is that something that you'd be willing to try? So most likely if they're liking or commenting on your post, it's because they're interested in that product that you're using. So that's a great way. If they don't have the money, then they can try hosting a party to not have to spend money on it. Birthday beauty bashes are also really fun, and it's a great way to message everyone on your friends list at least once a year. So everyone has a birthday, and I go through on the 1st of every month and I message everyone with a birthday from the 1st to the 14th. And you can do that by going to your Facebook events and then scrolling down each day. It'll tell you who has a birthday that day. And I'll just say something like, hey, I noticed you had a birthday coming up. Happy early birthday. I like to pick a few girls every now and then to host birthday beauty bashes for, to help them earn free products for their birthday. Is that something that you'd be interested in? So, everyone likes being spoiled on their birthday. People like spoiling other people on their birthday. So it's a great way to, and then you just kind of change the wording a little bit in the party just because it's more geared to their birthday, than just like a whatever party. And then on the 15th, I'll do the 15th through the end of the month. So I do it twice a month. I just message a whole lot of people, and it's just a great way of messaging everyone at least once a year. Then if I ever get into a conversation with someone about products, but they say that they can't afford them, that's always my indicator to ask them to host a party, because then they're not having to spend any money, and they can get it highly discounted depending on their party rewards. So those are the 4 ways that I like to get in Messenger and ask someone to host a party. Now, we've done all of that. We've gotten a few parties going, and started on whatever day works for you. There's not a key or, a specific day that is good for everybody. Just do it what day works for you. I usually get it going. If I'm doing a lot of messaging that day, then I'll get them started 2 or 3 days out, and I get them all started on the same day. Or if it's like a weekend, then I'll, start it on a Monday. So it just depends on whatever works for you in your life. There's a ton of different types of parties. So I really suggest going either to your upline or, in any of the Younique groups, and asking about these if you're not familiar with them. But the types that I like to do are, there's a 1-hour live event. So this one's really good. It gets things over with really fast, but it does take a full hour of your time physically. You are physically going live for 1 hour. I'll do it, if I don't have anything going on, or right now I'm doing them for people that hosted parties for me last month, but they didn't qualify. So maybe changing it up this month will get their friends more likely to buy. So if you don't have a lot of parties going on, this is a great way just to get them over with. Then there's just, our party links are 10 days, so you can post the whole 10 days. I like to just do 7 days because 10 days to me feels a little bit long, and people start losing interest. So 4 to 7 days is usually how long I like to have my parties. So that way I'm not overwhelming people. And then there's lash bashes, or any like product specific party. So I've been told this before. I don't know if it was like from a study or not, so don't quote me on it. But a person is going to be more likely to buy from you if they've seen that product 20 times. So a specific product specific party is a really good way to get people familiar with that specific product and get more likely to buy that product, because that's all of you're posting about. So mascara is a really good one. Foundation is a really good one. All you're doing basically is just posting about that product 2 or 3 times a day for however long, 4 to 7 days. There's a new type of event that I've heard of, and it's in Facebook Messenger. So you get your hostess and you create a Facebook Messenger group, and then she adds all her friends to it, and then you post in there. I've never done that one, but it seems really interesting. It seems like something that I would definitely try. Instagram event. So there's some people out there that don't have Facebook because they're crazy people. And an Instagram event would just be more you feeding the post to your hostess, and she's posting them on her Instagram. And then people would basically buy just directly from the link for that. And then there's a mystery hostess event. I like to do this every 2 to 3 months, or if I'm really trying to hit a goal and I'm having a hard time doing or getting sales. Basically, a mystery hostess event is you are the hostess, and now with the new party rewards, you have to be careful with this one because we can only have 1 qualified party per month. So keep that in mind. But whoever purchases in the event goes into a drawing to earn the rewards from that party. So they would have to order directly from you, so that way you can use the rewards that you earned. But I like to do those every now and then because it just kind of changes things up a little bit. So these are just some tips that I have, just in general as far as parties go. A lot of these things are probably going to be things that you already know. And I'll be honest, they're things that I already knew, but I wasn't doing. So maybe I just felt like they weren't important or whatever reason, but you don't know if it's going to work until you try. So I really suggest you at least trying, and, then change things up from there if it's something that didn't work for you. But first is make a party template. So it makes things so much easier and your life so much easier when there's a template to go off of. Every morning you just go in and copy and paste what needs to be done into your party because it's already set up in a group. So yeah, it would be in a group basically, and you would have to add 1 person. So I usually add my husband, and then I'll just post a whole party in there. And then anytime I've got a party going on, I just go in and copy and paste everything from that. You want to post 3 to 4 times a day in your party, and you want to be consistent about that. Don't go a day and not post. So every single day you should be posting 3 to 4 times a day, and it's important to do that. So this is, I used to only post 1 or 2 times a day, but it's important to do 3 to 4 times a day because everyone's on Facebook at different times, and you want everyone to be able to you want your post to reach as many people as possible. So I usually do in the morning, lunchtime, dinner time, and then bedtime. But I'm not doing it throughout the day because that's not productive. I suggest first doing your parties in groups for this reason. And that's because you can now schedule posts in groups. So before I go to bed every night, I go in and schedule all my posts for the next day for all my parties. So that way when I go to work in my, my 8-hour work day, I don't have to worry about stopping what I'm doing and posting in my parties. Facebook is already working for me. And that's why you want to do it in a group versus an event, because you have that feature. You also are able to view, or you're also able to see who viewed your post. So there's going to be people in the party that are not liking or commenting on your posts, but they actually are looking at it. And groups will now have the option for you to see who's viewing that post. Then you want to tag your hostess in as many posts as you can. And the purpose of that is because their friends are going to be more likely to get notifications and see those posts that you're tagging them in. So if you're not friends with them, they're a lot of times not going to get notifications for the groups if they don't turn notifications on. So by tagging your hostess, they'll most likely get a notification saying that their friend was tagged in this post. Then you want to coach your hostess throughout this whole thing, and you want to have her post every couple of days, every 2 or 3 days. I like to give them funny makeup memes for them to post, or if they've tried the products, I always tell them to post selfies of that product on the day that we're talking about it, because their friends are going to be more likely to buy because they trust the person that they know, their friend. They don't know me. They know that their friend likes these products and has used the products because she's posting a selfie with them. And so they'll trust her and they'll be more likely to buy. You want to tell your hostess to invite at least 50 people. So if you don't give her a number, she's only gonna invite 10 to 20 people. Let's be honest. She's not gonna go through and invite everybody. I like to give her a number of at least 50 people, so that way she's going in and counting and inviting at least 50 people. The more people that she invites, the more people are going to see your posts and more likely to buy. This is something I recently started doing. I don't create her party link until someone's interested in buying something. So I've stopped posting my party link in all the posts or all the comments or in the description. It just is salesy and it's turning people off. So I don't even post about the party link. I wait for someone to ask me, how do you buy? And then I know now someone is interested and I'm going to go now create her party link and then send it to that person. But I'm also going to send it to my hostess in case someone comes to her to buy something or questions on how to buy something. And but another reason why that's important is because, say for example, your party is 10 days and you make the party link on day 1, but someone doesn't buy until day 5, you've now just wasted 5 days that you could have extended that party link after the party ended. So I usually, even after the party ends, I'll go in every day and just say, 3 more days until this link closes, 2 more days, 1 more day, last day. So it just reminds people to buy and that they still have the opportunity to purchase stuff after the party ends. You want to encourage your hostess to post or to comment on your posts and to tag her friends that she thinks might be interested in that product, because again, people might not be seeing the posts, and whenever she is telling her friend, hey, you would love this, then they might actually think, hey, I might actually love that instead of just me saying, hey, you guys are gonna love this because I sell it and it's awesome. It's her friend now telling her, hey, you should totally get this, or it would look really good on you. At the end of the party, I message everybody that has either liked or commented on the post. So basically, if they've participated in the party, I'm going to go message them and thank them for joining us and for participating in the party, because I know our hostess really appreciates it also, and just see if they have any questions. So maybe they've liked or commented, but they weren't ready to buy at that time, or they had a question they weren't comfortable asking. So that's me reaching out, just making sure, hey, everything okay? Do you have any questions? And then anytime you get a sale, I like to go in and screenshot the hostess's sales tracker and then post it. And that's how I thank that person for buying something. I'll say, you know, hey, thank you so much for, I'll tag that person. Thank you so much for buying the, you know, liquid lipstick. And now so-and-so's only this far away from her party rewards, and they'll be able to see the tracker. So those are things. And then again, at the end of the in the middle of the party and the end of the party, I will I'll go back through, and anyone that's viewed, liked, or commented on any of the posts, I add them as my friend. And basically, if she's asked someone to join that group and they haven't even looked at anything, commented, or liked on anything, then they're most likely not going to be interested in anything anyways. But if they're even looking at it but not liking or commenting, then I feel like that's you know, that's their way of showing a little bit of interest. And then again, if they're liking or commenting, then that's really going to be someone that may not be buying from me right now, but they will be buying from me in the future. So those are all of my tips, and I hope that was helpful for y'all. Again, it's a lot of stuff that you probably already know, but you have to actually sit down and do it. So I encourage y'all to go message everyone using one of those tips that I mentioned on how to book your parties and just get them going. I like to have at least 2 to 3 parties, more like 3 to 4 parties going at a time. And again, any party is a successful party. It doesn't just have to be one that qualifies, because you're growing your network. You might not be getting sales in that 10-day period, but you could potentially be getting sales from them later. And you are potentially growing your team. Half of the people on my team are people from either that hosted parties or that were in a party that one of their friends hosted. So it's a great way also to offer the opportunity. And if y'all have any questions, post them in the comments. Share this video with your team, and subscribe to my page. Love y'all. Bye.